Is your side hustle something you should turn into a business, or should it be something you do for fun? You know, do it for fun with no strings attached. Do you have a hobby you love and you're passionate about, but you're not sure whether you should take the leap in turning it into a business? I know it could be overwhelming to consider all of the possibilities, but I have great news. You get to choose your own adventure, and I want the privilege and the honor to help you start today. So let's begin by answering 3 simple questions to determine whether your passion should be a side hustle or a business. Number 1, is your talent something other people would want to pay for? Question number 2, if so, who would want to buy this product or service? You want to make sure that there's a market who will pay for the thing that it is you want to do. And 3, this is the final and most important, does the thought of selling your product or service light you up or bring you joy? I'm talking about a fire in your gut. As you can probably tell, the first 2 questions, they were just like warm-up questions. Those first 2 questions are supposed to get you thinking about your hobby in a new way, but the 3rd question was the most important because as soon as I asked it, you knew, like the part of you that knows deep down what your answer was. If your gut reaction was like, yes, I want to do this all day, every day, and twice on Sunday, okay, then maybe you should seriously consider turning your side hustle into a legitimate business. Now, if the thought of selling your product or service didn't light you up, and instead you want to do it for the art, for the creativity, to have your mind go somewhere else, or maybe you just like the extra income it brings in, or you like to learn things along the way, cool, awesome, then you should probably keep it as a hobby, at least for now. So now that you've made the decision, here are 3 more questions to help you take action on the path that you've chosen, regardless of if it's a business or a hobby. So let's get into those questions. Number 1, what do you need or what do you want from this adventure? Because it is adventure, we ain't got a business yet. Hobby or aspirational business is nothing in between quite now. So what do you want from this new adventure? Do you want to bring yourself joy? Do you want to bring others joy? Do you want to make money? Do you want to help others? Do you want to pass this knowledge on to your children and future generations? Know what you want from the adventure. Because once you know what you need, it'll act as a reminder why you're choosing to pursue it, even on the bad days. Because those hard days, oh, they're coming. Okay, let's get into question number 2. What boundaries can you put in place around your project to make sure that it continues to be fun and serve you and create your purpose and ensure that you're providing value to those around you? So this is going to ensure that you don't burn out or that you don't resent doing the thing that you're doing. The last and final question, which is number 3, what's the end game of this adventure? Like, if it's a business, decide what the end game is. Like, do you want to do it until you're retired? Do you want to do it until another business comes along to acquire? Maybe you want to sell your business. Like, what's the end goal? Where do you want it to go? Now, it's totally okay to dream. I do not think you need to know the answer, but it definitely helps imagining what the future looks like because it'll help you make decisions today based on where you dream on being in the future. Cool, let's shift gears a little bit. If what you're pursuing is a hobby, you need to ask yourself, what does it need to be for you? You totally might be okay with it just being something that brings you joy, like you like it, and it doesn't have to provide income, and that is totally fine. Or maybe your hobby is something that allows you to serve your community, and that becomes your legacy. Now, the goal of this question is for you to be at peace with your decision and to know whether your business is gonna be a business or a hobby. Let's bring it all back from the beginning. You've chosen your own adventure. By the end of this short video, you should know if your passion is a business or a hobby. Both are okay. And then what you want out of the experience so that it best serves you and your future goals. As a reminder, like, friend, brilliant soul, homie, give yourself the permission to commit to either I am in business or building a business or I am in a hobby. Because the sooner you choose whatever it is, the more enjoyment you're going to get in the process. Sure, you might not be where you want to be right now, but once you know where you're heading, you can enjoy the ride. Now, make the commitment now. Is your passion a hobby or a business? Now, it can absolutely be a hobby and at some point in the future it turns into the business, but right now, make a decision and then comment below and let me know where you're at so I can root you along the way.